Yeezy Cleats. The fashion world was rocked when Kanye West collaborated with Adidas to create the Yeezy sneakers, which quickly became a sensation. So it was only a matter of time before they made their way into the world of football. Von Miller was the first NFL player to showcase the Yeezy Cleats during warm-ups, before a game between the Broncos and the Carolina Panthers. Soon after, DeAndre Hopkins followed suit and donned the sneakers during a matchup against the Chicago Bears. Despite Miller avoiding any penalties, Hopkins was fined $6,000 by the NFL for wearing the Yeezy Cleats during an official game. The league deemed that the sneakers did not comply with the uniform policy, specifically the lack of a solid base color. In response, Hopkins stated that he would continue to wear the Yeezy Cleats, but only if Kanye West would cover the cost of the fines. The incident serves as a reminder of the strict uniform policies in the NFL and the consequences for violating them. Shoes that don't match team uniforms. The NFL has maintained a strict uniform policy regarding shoe colors, mandating that they must match the team's colors. As a result, several players have been penalized for violating the policy. Chad. Okosinko was fined a hefty $20,000 for wearing golden cleats, while the former Vikings wide receiver, Bernard Berrien, was fined $5,000 for wearing yellow cleats. Odell Beckham Jr. is another player who has been on the receiving end of the rules enforcement. He once wore customized cleats that paid tribute to the Joker, which resulted in him being informed during halftime that he would need to change his footwear in order to be allowed back in the game. On another occasion, he wore cleats dedicated to the late analyst Craig Sater, which resulted in an $18,000 fine from the league. These incidents highlight how the NFL's uniform policy can be strictly enforced and the consequences of violating it, with some items becoming banned from the league altogether. Short pants. OBJ found himself in trouble with the NFL uniform policy once again when he wore short pants that failed to meet the league's requirements that a player's pants must cover the knee area. During a game against the Seahawks, OBJ violated this rule and was subsequently fined a significant $14,037. Houston Texan Jerry Hughes was also caught breaking the same rule and was ordered to pay a comparatively cheaper fine of $5,305. These instances show how even minor deviations from the uniform policy can result in hefty penalties for players in the NFL and serve as a reminder of the importance of following the rules and regulations set forth by the league. Odell Beckham Jr.'s watch OBJ made headlines when he appeared on the field sporting a pricey Richard Mille watch, which had a retail value of at least $250,000. While the NFL does not have a specific rule against wearing jewelry, during games, the league prohibits hard objects on the field, and therefore, OBJ was advised not to wear the watch during games. It became one of the NFL banned items. Despite the warning, OBJ continued to wear an even more expensive Richard Mille watch during warm-ups, which sold for at least $2 million. Thankfully, he didn't wear it during any official games, avoiding any potential penalties. While the league has a policy regarding the type of items that can be worn, during games, players' fashion statements can still stir up controversies and raise questions about the NFL's uniform policy. Socks that aren't high enough. The NFL has strict uniform policies that extend to all areas of a player's attire, including their socks. Frank Gore of the San Francisco 49ers allegedly violated the league's uniform policy during the NFC Championship victory over the Falcons by wearing socks that were too low, resulting in a hefty fine of $10,500. In 2020, Pittsburgh Steelers player Juju Smith-Schuster found himself in a similar situation and was fined $5,000 for failing to pull his socks up all the way to his knees during a game. His teammate, James Conner, also received the same penalty for violating the league's uniform policy. These incidents illustrate how the NFL takes its uniform policies seriously, and players need to follow the regulations to avoid any fines or penalties. Non-standard face masks. In 2014, the NFL implemented a ban on the use of non-standard face masks due to safety concerns raised by a study conducted by the University of New Hampshire. The study highlighted the potential negative effects of using non-standard face masks, prompting the league to take action. However, the NFL has made some exceptions to this rule by allowing medical exemptions to a select few players. Notable players who have been granted medical exemptions for non-standard face masks include Justin Tuck and Chris Canty. While the NFL aims to prioritize player safety, it also recognizes the need to accommodate certain medical conditions that may require the use of non-standard face masks. Dark-tinted helmet visors and the ones with designs. In the NFL, dark-tinted visors are banned, and players are required to wear clear visors on their helmets during games. Odell Beckham Jr. caused another uniform controversy in 2019 when he wore a dark tinted visor and was forced to change it before the game began. The only exceptions to this rule are for medical permits or if the visor is made by Oakley, which has a partnership with the NFL. However, the league encourages players to wear Oakley's clear visors. Myles Garrett, a player for the Cleveland Browns, also made headlines for wearing helmet visors with designs from popular TV shows during warm-ups. Since he didn't wear them during an official game, no fines were imposed. The NFL's strict uniform policy extends to all aspects of a player's attire, including helmet visors, to promote uniformity and safety on the field. Bandanas. In 2001, the NFL banned players from wearing headbands, bandanas, or do-rags under their helmets, even if they matched the team's uniform. The league's decision to ban the accessory was aimed at promoting a more professional look for players on the field. In recent years, New Orleans Saints linebacker Demario Davis received a $7,017 fine for wearing a headband during a game. Although the headband featured a message promoting his charitable foundation, the NFL still fined him for violating the uniform policy. The league's strict rules regarding players' attire extend to all accessories, including headbands, to maintain a consistent and professional appearance on the field.